Hello and welcome to another episode of You Might Want to Sit Down for This Podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Von Helvet, and we are at episode number 8. It is officially summer. Summer kicked in the other day. Loving these long days, beautiful sunny weather. Things are opening up. COVID is finally seeming to be like something maybe we can look back on as like, that was fucked. And carry on with our lives and fucking do shit we used to do. I think we all miss doing shit we used to do. So things are opening up. I had a pretty good weekend hanging with friends, getting to visit, getting to go to like sit-in places, sit-in patios, cruise around. Just some normalcy to life. I gotta say, it's been great. My guest today is Talli Osborne. Talli is an inspirational speaker. She's done a TED Talk. She's volunteered with the War Amps since she was real young. She's an avid punk rock fan. And if anybody is a fan of the band NOFX, you might recognize Talli. There's a song NOFX did about 20 years ago called She's Nubs. And that is Talli's anthem. NOFX wrote a song about Talli. And we talk a lot about that song, how that impacted and changed her life, and just her inspirational attitude. I mean, she was born tiny. She had no arms. And, you know, today, we're not going to say anyone's age, but she's an adult, and Talli's standing at just over 3 feet tall. So she faces challenges every day that your average able-bodied person would not face. She doesn't have fucking arms. So imagine. And I met Talli on stage at Punk in Drublic Festival, which was NOFX and Bad Religion and a bunch of other bands. And we got chatting, and she's just such a ball of positive energy and just sets an inspiration. Like, I couldn't believe, like, her phone was on her shoulder and she's typing with her chin, and she's typing faster than probably fucking half the people I know. This girl does not lay down when things are difficult. You know, she fucking steps up and gets shit done. So I think it's just a great episode. You know, things are opening up. We're getting back to some normalcy. We talk a little about being stuck at home and going stir crazy, and just how, you know, getting through that time, but now just being able to like embrace the fact that we can go do cool shit again. And I think for anybody, again, if you're you're a little bit down or feel a little beat up about things or whatever, Talli's attitude, Talli's words, Talli's story, this interview could be a cool one to, throw some inspiration into your life. I want to always give a shout out to my friends at Comedy Here Often, of course, and the beautiful and talented Alexi for making this thing sound good, whether you're listening on Spotify or Apple or Amazon or wherever the fuck else you listen to it. Maybe you're watching on YouTube. Check out the YouTube stuff. I put those together, and there's always a little bit extra on there with a slideshow and some pictures and stuff of Talli. We're playing some NOFX music because, I mean, fuck, she's got her own song, She's Nubs, so that's just a no-brainer. And shout out to Fat Records, as always, for letting us use their tunes. If you're digging this podcast, tell your friends about it. Give us a follow. Give us a share. Give us a subscribe. Zeke, shut the fuck up. Zeke's coming in hot. He wants to be on the podcast too. But yeah, thanks as always for the follow. Please enjoy this episode with Talli Nubs Osborne.
No fingers, no toes. She doesn't own elbows. No phalanges, no knobby knees, do not. She don't need knuckles or hands to go see punk rock bands. She's always in the stands, she's nubs. She can't pick up a phone, she can't get dressed alone. She's got no funny bone.
Recording. What's up?
Hi.
Hey, I'm here with Talli Osborne. Another episode of You Might Want to Sit Down for This Podcast. What's going on, Talli?
Not much. Happy to be here.
I'm happy you're here too. You're all the way in Ontario, coming to us from Ontario.
At first, Ontario is still in lockdown.
Yeah, I was actually just watching the news this morning, and they were talking about, I think I had it on an Ontario sort of morning channel, and they were talking about how they're sort of hoping that will
Yeah,
those restrictions will ease soon.
patios are supposed to open Friday.
Wow,
So we'll see.
you guys can't even hit patios yet, hey?
No, and when I say lockdown, I mean legit stay home order.
Yeah, like it's like only like essential, like grocery shopping kind of thing.
Just groceries. Yeah. As of Friday, more things are opening, like non-essential stores and stuff, supposedly, but holy shit.
Yeah, that's been going on since what, like, March or February?
Well, like, look at my hair. I haven't got hair color since like last fall.
It looks good.
Ugh, thank you. It's brown. It's
you can't get haircuts or hair.
I haven't got my hair colored,
Yeah.
and like the salons here have been closed for like, I don't remember, 6 to 8 months, or I don't know, long.
Well, you still got some pink. Who you got there behind you? You got a little kitty cat.
Where is he?
Went the other way.
Oh yeah, he's right there. That's Miso.
Miso, that's cool name.
Miso, like the soup. Yeah, he's a good boy.
Cool. I got 2 cats, and they sometimes interrupt the podcast. The one that came out today, they brought me a bird in the middle of it, and I was like, try.
Who brought you a bird?
The cats.
Oh, today?
No. The last podcast
The
I
other
did
day.
with Russ, I was like mid talking to him, and I looked over, and my cats are just like staring at this bird.
That was the day we were supposed to do it, remember?
Yeah. No, they brought me a mouse that day.
Oh my gosh. Do you live in a house?
I live in a condo. I'm on the ground floor, so it's really easy for them to bring shit in.
Because when I used to own a house, my cat would bring me mice.
Yeah.
Now I live in a building, and my cat has brought in, I'm on the 9th floor, he's brought in 2 pigeons, like live.
Wow. Well, yeah.
He carries them, he grabs them by the throat, and he walks them right into the bedroom. He always goes to the bedroom, and I'm like, battle, and 2 times.
They're savage beasts, those cats. They're serial killers is what they are. They just go out and hunt. They're fucked. But I love them. So Miso. So why don't you tell us a little bit about you, Talli?
Let's see. I'm a speaker and a singer. I started a new band called Nubs And Her Studs because my band's full of studs, so
nice.
Why not? Yeah, and I'm I guess some people would call me a punk rock optimist. That's what they called me when I did my TED Talk. Yeah, I love punk rock. Food, sex, music is my trifecta. That's what I was telling someone the other day. Those are the 3 things that make me, that's just, the things I love talking about, the things I love doing, and the things that make me happy. Food, sex, and music.
Those are all good things. And I mean, 2 out of 3, that really makes sense how you and Fat Mike from NOFX became buddies. Because I believe he likes to talk a lot about sex as well, too. Does he not?
He loves food, too.
Oh, does he love food, too? See, I don't know him.
He's a big foodie. I was like, which 2? Because all 3 of those, he's a big foodie, too. But yeah, food, sex, music are his, I guess, too. He didn't tell me that, but we've definitely talked about those 3 things.
That's funny. Because we met... I have the poster right there, actually. We met on stage at Punk and Drublic in Vancouver.
Yes, we did.
But I mean, the first time I heard of you was in the NOFX song "She's Nubs" from their War on Errorism album. Is that like 2001 or?
2001. Yeah.
That's way back, 20 years. That's crazy. That's back when I bought CDs.
Right? I went to HMV to buy that CD.
Wasn't HMV great? You could buy a CD, and if it sucked, you could take it back, opened, and trade it in and get another one.
HMV was the best. I just loved going there. And like the people that worked there were cool. Oh, here comes a little cat. Oh, there it is.
There's Miso.
He's so cute. He wants to go outside. He's obsessed.
Yeah, he wants to get some pigeons.
He does.
Yeah, I was thinking about that this morning, actually. Just the journey that we used to go on to get music, because you would have to, like, especially like punk rock stuff. I don't know how old you are. I'm 42, so I got into it early 90s, and I mean, there wasn't even an HMV or anything. I had to go to downtown Vancouver, which I wasn't allowed to do because I was too young, and sneak off with my friends and take a bus and go skateboarding.
Oh, when I was that young, there was no HMV. There was like when War on Errorism came out, I was I don't want to age myself, but I was a similar age to you.
Yeah.
And no, when I was young, I had to rely on like either ordering, I don't even know if we could order online then, probably, and like mixtapes from my friends.
Mail order, yeah.
Yeah, mail order and mixtapes. And then like my older brother, he was into really good music, so he would give me some stuff. But oh yeah, no, back when I was a kid, there wasn't HMV. There was, but again, I didn't live downtown, you know, Toronto or wherever there was a HMV.
Yeah, you had to go seek out the record shops that had punk rock. It wasn't
or go to the like little local punk shows.
Yeah, that used to get buy your albums at those. That's the only place I still buy a CD or a record is at shows.
Yeah.
Because everything's
I buy vinyl now when I'm at shows.
That's rad. I'm wanting to get. I got a bit of a vinyl collection going, but no record player. I need to get one of those. How did how did the whole She's Nubs thing start? Can you tell that story?
Of course. So I've loved NOFX since I was about 12 or 13 years old, and you know I'd seen them in concert a couple times, and then in year 2000 I think it was, or 99, I think it was 2000. Yeah, 2000. I don't know why I'm pretending I don't know. It was 2000. It was a very memorable day. I got tickets just like everyone else and went to NOFX show, and I don't know, I just had a feeling this day I was going to meet the band. Today is the day.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It was in my mind. And, you know, back then, all the fat bands, you know, we were all into all the fat bands, all that skate punk and stuff. The same guy would show up for the merch for all the fat bands usually. And it was this guy named Jay. And so for the NOFX show, I went to the merch table and was chatting it up with Jay. And then I was like, Jay, I need to meet the band.
Yeah.
Today's the day, you know? And so he was like, hold on, I'll be right back. And he came back with 2 like lanyard backstage passes for me and whatever friend I took. And so I asked one of my buddies, and we went backstage and just hung out for a bit. You couldn't see the band. They were like,
but you're stoked though too, right? Like getting that backstage thing, especially when you're that young or the first time, you're like, fuck yeah.
I'm stoked. But when I was really stoked, first time is when I'm side stage for NOFX, and NOFX is right there, and they're playing all my favorite songs, and I am singing every lyric to every song, and I am rocking out. And I literally thought, and said this after, this was the best night of my life. Like up until that time, it was easy the best night of my life. So after the show, went backstage again, and my friend was like, should we go? And I was like, no, haven't met the band yet. So I just wanted to say hi, you know? And so I saw Hefe walk by and, you know, said hi. And then I saw Eric Melvin, and I said, hey, Melvin. He was like, hey, how are you? I was like, good. I love your Mel yell. And he was like, thanks. And kind of laughed because I loved Mel yell. And then I just waited. And then that backstage door opened, and I saw Fat Mike standing there. So I walk up to the room, and he walks over, and he kind of crouches down. I remember we were in like the door frame of the backstage room. Yep. Like they're kind of their party room, you know? Yep. And he's like, hey. And I was like, hey. He's like, how's it going? I'm like, good. He's like, what happened to you? And I was like, nothing. I was born like this. And he was like, cool. I know. He's just like, that's who he is, and I love it. What happened to you? Yeah. Nothing. I just said nothing. I was born like this. He's like, cool. Saw you rock side stage. And I'm like, yeah, it was a wicked show. It's like, are you coming to the bar after? I'm like, I don't know. And then I left. And I did not get into a pack on some guy's back. That did not happen.
Yeah, I was thinking, I'm like, I doubt that happened.
That did not happen. A lot of that song was fictional, but that's how brief it was. It was just like, hey, how's it going? Have a wicked night. That's it, you know? Yeah. And then I left, and I remember going down the street and be like, holy shit, that's the best night ever. And then a year and a half later, I was working this day job, like an office job. So I hadn't got the record yet, the day it was coming out. And of course, a friend of mine had already gotten it. Yeah. And I was going to go after work, of course. And he calls me up, and he's like, holy shit, Talli. I'm like, what? He's like, did you get the new NOFX yet? And I was like, no, not yet. I'm going to go as soon as I'm done work. And he said, there's a song about you on it. And I was like, no, there isn't. He's like, no, there fucking is. And I'm like, so he kind of puts the phone up to the radio.
Yeah.
I hear the lyrics and I'm just like, what the fuck? So I like work early. I go to HMV, grab that album, and I listen to it in its entirety. And I'm just like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
But there's still part of me that's like, it might not be about me. Why would they write a song about me?
Yeah.
I'm just some girl from Toronto who loves punk rock.
Yeah.
So I serious. I yes, it said, you know, I don't have any arms and I'm always in the shows in Toronto. So part of me knew it was about me, because who else is it about me in Toronto? But there was still a part of me that's just like,
that's impossible. Like that
well,
can't happen.
My favorite band wrote a song. Come on.
Yeah.
So I did what you did back then. And I went and just Googled Fat Records, clicked on contact us like you did back then, and wrote an email and said, hey, you know, my name's Talli Osborne and I saw NOFX and now I just heard this song and have a feeling it's about me, but I'm not really sure. But either way, it's a rad song, and tell the guys I love it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think it was a day after, maybe 2 days later, I was at work, and you're not supposed to, sorry, I got an email. You know, a stupid email popped up.
Don't worry about it.
We weren't supposed to check our personal email at work. So it was one of these corporate, you know, dumb.
Is that why you're checking it right now? Because you're not at work?
No, I'm not. It like pops up. I gotta get that setting off removed. So I check my email, and it's an email from Fat Mike from his personal AOL account at the time.
Yeah.
And it was basically just like, hey, glad you like the song. After 12 albums, it's hard to think of something to write about. But after meeting you, I knew you were the perfect character for a song. I'll save a spot for you, side stage, next time we come into town, Fatty. And I was just like, holy fucking shit. Like, that was the time. That was it. That all those other ones, there was still some hesitation. There was still some like, I don't know, why would they write a song about me? And that was it right there. And I felt high. And I'm like, I don't like the term straight edge, but for the lack of terms, I've been straight for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't do drugs. So I felt high for like a fucking year. I'm not kidding. Just like high on life. And everywhere I went, people would say, and still to this day, Nubs! Or, oh my God, excuse me, are you Nubs? Or, I don't want to offend you or anything, but are you Nubs? And I'm like, yeah. Holy shit, can I give you a hug? Can I get a selfie? And I got this, you know, instant fame. And it was amazing. And it really, you know, a lot of people who interview me talk about how I love myself and I embrace my differences and how I love myself. And that definitely was part of it, you know, like all these people loving me for who I am, like completely. And that's what the punk world is all about in the punk community. It's like, who gives a fuck what you think? This is who I am. I don't care if you don't like it. And that song kind of gave me that a little bit more of that confidence to just say, fuck it. This is who I am. And instead of I used to want to fit in and not be noticed. And now I'm just like, fucking, this is what I like. I want to stand out, you know, I want to just embrace who I am. So yeah, it was pretty fucking cool.
So it's a life changer for sure.
Oh, big time. Like definitely the most not memorable, but what's the word? Like the thing that in my life that affected my life the most. Like, of course I've had Branson and I met Princess Diana, all these people, but meeting Fat Mike, I can't even. It changed who I am, you know?
That's so rad. And that's cool. So they put out this song that, you know, it's like a fun song. It's a joke song. She's Nubs, and it totally empowers you. And just like what you're saying, like, because he comes up and he's like, what happened to you? Like, some people might take offense to that, but like, that's just like, and I know I've had my own kind of things with NOFX, and that's Fat. I think Fat, when he sees someone who's different, he's like, rad, I'm getting them on stage.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to have some fun with this. And like, he pulled me.
I was going to say, he loves the opportunity to make fun too. Like,
totally. Yeah.
And like people like you and I and Russ, I know him too.
Oh, you know Russ on Wheels?
Yeah, I met him.
Rad.
I met him. Sorry, side note to
Yeah.
him. I met him. I don't know. Nope. Hold on. Cokie the Clown. I went on tour with Cokie the Clown, little mini tour. Fat Mike called me up one day and asked me to be his, are you ready for this? Tally prompter. Because he didn't know the lyrics to the song. So I held up big, huge cue cards on stage.
Nice.
And I think it was San Fran. Where's Russ is from San Fran?
Russ is from Simi Valley. He's down towards LA.
LA. It was I did it. I did an SF show and an LA show, so I wasn't sure. So the LA show, I met Russ, and so Russ purchased the like VIP package, but the motherfuckers put the VIP package upstairs.
Oh no!
And he couldn't get up there, which that annoyed me. Instead of just moving it downstairs, maybe he had an option, but he got his own like one-on-one with Fat Mike.
Yeah.
Instead of like a Q&A kind of thing upstairs. And I was there, I was sitting at the merch booth with my friend Pat, and Russ was there waiting for Mike. And then Mike came over and said, what did he say? He said something amazing. It was just like, oh God, it's gonna come to me. Okay. It was so like, so Mike, oh, I know what it was. And he's done this to me before and it doesn't make sense with me, but he said, what are you doing in that? What are you, lazy?
Yes. He's done that to me. Yeah.
Of course he has. And the funny thing is, he never did that to me for the first 10 years of our friendship, but he said it to me recently. And I'm like, okay, first of all, that doesn't work because I actually walk. Like it doesn't make sense. And I ripped in on him. I was like, I do my own laundry. I cook my own dinner. Blah, 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 blah. What do you do for yourself? You know? And he was like, because he doesn't do his own laundry and do all that. She doesn't clean his house. I've been there. He has cleaners. I clean my own house. So it was just funny when he was like, I've heard him say the what are you lazy to people in wheelchairs so many times.
Yeah.
And I was ready for it. For it. So,
yeah, he at a Warped Tour, which tells you how long ago that was. Over 10 years, I'm sure, pulled me out on stage, called me lazy, and then nicknamed me Wheelchair Willie, which I was totally fine with. And and again, like I'm in my early 20s, there's thousands of people in this Warped Tour. I'm on stage with NOFX. Fat Mike and Melvin are like shredding like in my face. I'm like, this is the fucking best thing ever. Like, I'm not taking it personally that they're
don't care what they call you.
No. And I mean, I have thick skin and have a sense of humor and always joking anyway. But it's just funny how like, I bet you the last time, like that was so long ago, and the last time I was called, somebody came up to me, was like, Wheelchair Willie, was probably just before the pandemic. Like it stuck, you know, people still remember it. And I'm like, yeah, I'll own it. Sure. Yeah, that's me. I'm Wheelchair Willie.
Exactly. What I was going to say.
Lazy fucker in the wheelchair.
Exactly. So lazy, like so not lazy. What I was going to say before, talking about Russ, because I wanted to tell you that funny thing about meeting him, and I've only met him the once, but the song, so a lot of people who don't understand NOFX humor, who don't understand punk rock, would hear those lyrics and be like, oh my God, aren't you offended? Those lyrics are horrible. But people like you and me, we don't see it as that. I see that song is legit about, oh, you may not have arms and you may not be able to do some shit, but you can come out to punk shows and that's all that matters. You rock out at punk shows and that's all that matters. That's what it's about. He didn't know me. And I still to this day joke that I have legs because I do and I have feet. Yeah. I have shoes for feet. You know? Let's see if I can get them up here. Hello. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's a fictional song. He met me for 5 minutes. And you read it, you hear the lyrics. Hope she don't get mad. Hope she thinks the song is good, not bad. They didn't talk to me. That's the one thing. You didn't know about the song? Fuck no, I didn't know about the song. I was as surprised as everybody else.
And that's pretty rad though, you know, like just to get that phone call from a friend and being like, what the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? Like,
I remember the feeling in my stomach. I remember it, just like knots, like butterfly, not knots, but butterflies, you know?
Yeah.
And hearing it, and it's like, hope, you know, it's like the lyrics about Toronto and not having, you know, arms and like fingers and toes and all that shit. It was like, I know the punk scene. There's no one else in the Toronto punk scene even remotely describes that, even a little bit.
Yeah.
So I was just like, what the fuck? I still can't believe it. You can tell how my excitement, like, it's still unbelievable to me, even though Mike and I are friends. We've gone on vacation together. I've been to his house, you know, and I met his daughter. And so I've seen Mike in ways I wish I'd never seen him.
Yes. He's not straight edge, or he might be now. He's in and out of straight edge.
He's supposedly sober now, and
Good.
I hope so. I wish him the best. Every time I talk to him, last time I talked to him, he was really nice. I told him he's nicer when he's sober. He was like, what do you mean? I'm like,
I think most people are. We think we're fucking really personable and awesome when we're fucked up, but we're kind of
you don't realize.
No, because you get that weird little glossy, like The Simpsons, where it's like, I was the perfect gentleman. Like, no, you weren't.
My ex was like that. He was the greatest guy sober, and then he'd get drunk, and I was just like, you're wasted. I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
You know, it was bad.
Yeah. Yeah, your drunk friends usually go like, you're the best, but you hang out with the sober people and see their opinion. That's the true opinion on who you are when you're fucked up. So, were you doing, because you do like TED Talks and you do motivational stuff, were you doing any of that stuff before the song, or did the song kind of just blow you up and give you confidence and give you some recognition? And would you say that played a part in it, or?
I don't think that played a part in my confidence. I think if you look at my fan base now, it's a lot of NOFX fans and a lot of not. Like, I don't give all of my credit to him. I worked hard.
No, of course not.
I know you're not. I know you're not saying that, but I'm saying, like, a lot of my fans come from that song and NOFX fans, and then since then, all of my speaking, I've reached a different level, you know, and different people. So I don't think the song, it might have helped me with my confidence and loving myself and embracing. I think all the things we go through in life are, you know, add to who we are today. And you know that more than a lot of people, right? Like what happened to you made you a big part of who you are at this moment. And even me, like being put up for adoption, like every little thing that happens to us and that we do to ourselves is part of who we are today. So that's a huge part of it. But I didn't start speaking till years and years later because I didn't know where to start. You know how hard it is.
It is, yeah. You're like, I'd love to speak, but what the hell do? I can't just show up.
Yeah, and for
hey,
you have a specific story you're talking about. Me, it was just people inspired by me just living my regular life. And I didn't understand it at first, why people were inspired by me, because I'm just going to the grocery store. I'm just putting on my fucking coat. It's a blizzard outside. What do you expect me to do? So then I realized one day I had this light bulb moment, like it was a legit light bulb moment, where I realized there's so much negativity there in the world. There's so much hatred and darkness. And if I'm inspiring people to love themselves or get off their fucking butt and do something rad, that's a good thing. Oh, yeah. And you're inspiring people, and people inspire me every day, you know? So I think it's good. And I think I realized, you know, I've been in bands and I've always been a really good storyteller. I've always loved entertaining people. Wait a minute, I could do this for a living. Yeah. Now we already realized that you make probably double or triple me. And so you're going to, I don't know, we're going to figure that out because it kills me.
I told you, you got to get in a car crash.
I got to get drunk.
No, don't get drunk. No.
Just got to get wasted.
Just get a fender bender. That just gives you, just don't do anything really bad. Just fender bender, and you'll be like, I was in a car crash. You know, just do it like you don't want anything major. Nothing major.
Like I lost my arms in a car crash.
One time I got somebody rear-ended me, and I got out, and they were like, are you okay? And I was like, no, I'm paralyzed. And they were fucking terrified.
That happened to me once. I actually just got a full like leg sleeve outlined on my leg, like tattoo, like from my hip to my foot, like the whole thing. Now my leg is small, but full leg. And it was bandaged from my foot all the way up to my hip. It's this huge, beautiful strawberry patch. And I literally got on my scooter and was heading home. And I went one block and I got hit by a taxi. And it pushed me and my scooter 12 feet up the street. And then I got flown from a scooter onto the road. And I got up, and automatically, of course, I called my friend who's my tattoo artist, was right there. I knew he would come to me, right? No, I lied. somebody was walking by.
I would hope somebody who saw it would come help too.
No, somebody was walking by. It was a friend to this day named Brett. He said, "Are you okay?" And I said, I just got tattooed. And he called Rob. He knew Rob. So he called Rob. Rob came down. Anyways, the police, you know, I come to, like, I had a little bit of, I hit my head and stuff, but I was okay.
Yeah.
And the police officer said, "Are you in any pain?" And I just started laughing because I was in so much pain with my tattoo. I was all bandaged up, and I told him, like, well, actually, I just got tattooed. So yes, but no, you know, my neck hurts a little, and, you know, my shoulder or whatever it was. I think I it. But it was just this funny moment, like kind of what you just said. It's like, "Are you okay?" Well, I'm paralyzed, but already paralyzed.
But other than that, I was already fucked. Yeah, I didn't just happen to have a wheelchair in my car.
And I thought it was funny that I already had bandages on. It's like,
yeah,
you know.
you saw this coming. That's pretty wild. Hey, yeah, you gotta.
I've been hit by cars 6 times though, so it's like it's outrageous how many times it's happened.
Yeah, I've been hit twice actually. One on my hand cycle, one time in New Orleans, crossing the street, which was probably a bit my fault because I was just like the first time there and just in awe and just taking pictures. But I was in a crosswalk and then just like whap, and I'm like, what the fuck was like? Oh, there's a grill of a truck there, you know, like.
Ooh, I have a
they
question.
were going slow, thankfully. But yeah.
I have an idea because you said get in a car crash, but I've been hit by a lot of cars.
There, you've already been hit. There you go.
Hey, now you can help me. Yay!
All right, cool. So we'll hook you up. We'll get you on the traffic safety. You know what? I mean, really, I'm sure we won't do it right now, but if we
All
put our
kidding
brains
aside,
together-
that I could talk about traffic safety.
Well, pedestrian safety, like seriously, like
And
with your personality, your sense of humor, and your experience. I mean, that's, and when I think about it, that's not really. I mean, and everything ties into that too. Because if you're texting and driving, or you're drunk and driving, you're high or driving, you're speeding and driving, you're gonna hit a pedestrian more likely than if you're not doing those things.
Also, they're looking for cyclists who are higher up, and they're looking for pedestrians. They're not looking for people like us that are lower down, and we're actually going pretty fast.
Yeah,
we're going faster than, like, I don't speed, of course, but sometimes you got to get somewhere, and you got to go faster than somebody walking.
Speed? Is there a speed limit on the?
No, there isn't. And I got hit the last time I got by a car, and the police treated me like shit, and they said it was my fault, and I was going too fast, and it's like, I wasn't. I was going a normal speed on a sidewalk. And they told me the fact that I've been hit by 5 cars. He goes, "What's the common denominator here, ma'am?" And I was like,
wow.
Motherfuckers who don't know how to drive and not pay attention. Duh.
Yeah.
Me.
Not me. How fast does that thing go anyway?
12 kilometers per hour.
Oh, that's not speeding.
No, it's not. It can't, at the fastest, it's not even a jog.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
My friends can jog beside me and they can go faster.
Yeah.
Bicycles go way faster.
Yeah.
So.
And what are you? Okay. So yeah, well, we got you. This is another great opportunity in your life where we're going to turn into a road safety speaker.
I'm kidding. Like, let's do it.
I think we can pull this together. But for the
I've always thought you and I could do stuff together because we have similar personalities. We have similar outlook on disability, which I do this because I don't feel like I have a disability, but I don't know. There's not a lot of people like us that kind of like live life the way we do. So,
yeah, we're collabing right now. It's fucking happening.
Yeah, and yeah, I'm like loving that chai pig behind you. I know I said it before.
It's dope. My buddy, I'll let you know, he said he might do some prints. This is the OG. I got my hands on the OG, which I'm really stoked on. And Chai was a buddy of mine too, so this is just, it means a lot just to have him there. Yeah, he's a sweet man.
Speaking of punk rock assholes who love you but make fun of you in front of everybody for shock value, do you know what Chai Pig used to call me?
No. I want to know what.
Thalidomide.
Oh, did he? That fucker.
That was my name. Hey, Thalidomide. Like, fuck you. And one day he's like, "Hey, Talli, I got a present for you."
Yeah.
And he reaches into his bag and he gives me a jump rope, a skip rope.
Yeah, he's
hilarious. Hilarious, Chai.
Yeah. Did you ever tell him that he smelled like a dumpster? Because I'm sure he wasn't he wasn't
also
above being made fun of.
He would come right up to me and put his disgusting, sweaty crotch in my face.
Oh, wow.
And it was because it's my height. He actually stayed at my house a couple times.
Yeah.
And like I kind of wanted him to sleep on the like gnarly mattress in the attic, but he wanted to sleep on my couch, and we were like, put a sheet down, put 2 sheets down. And like, I love Chai. I knew that this day was coming. I you know, he was not well, and I was really sad when I found out. I wasn't shocked, but I was sad because he was special.
He was, and he's a Canadian. He's a punk rock legend, but he's a Canadian music legend, and he was just
totally.
And I know, like, for Vancouver, it's going to be. We also have this conversation with some friends the other day. My buddy Bart in Georgia, just because it's been on lockdown, so you know, and some of the bars have closed and whatnot. But when life gets back to normal, and to be at a show and just not see Chai walk up on stage or drawing in the back or sitting in a bar having a beer, like, it's gonna be really weird that he's not there, you know, when things get back to normal, because he's such a part of the scene.
He's local for you. Yeah.
Oh, totally. We would go out and find him all the time. We always knew where he was at, and it was just, he was a sweet man. And yeah, but it's beautiful, you know, his music lives on forever. So it's cool when we have art and stuff like that, you know, and I'm grateful for the many times.
And it's a really good portrait. Like, I can see his soul in his eyes.
If you see it up close too, just some of the detail, the way my buddy Trav did it, it's dope. I'll message him after this today, and I'll see if he's doing prints, and maybe we can hook you up.
Cool.
Because
this wall behind me is going to be, if it wasn't for the pandemic, it would already be. It's going to be like a kind of gallery wall of just all really cool punk rock art and stuff. So I can't wait. It's whenever I do my videos and people are like, what's that white wall? I'm like, don't look at it right now. It's better because you can see other things. But if I sit on my couch, and it's just a white wall behind me, it's like, why do you have, and I'm like, no walls in this apartment are white except for that one, but it's because it's going to be awesome one day.
You got a plan for it. My entire place is like punk rock memorabilia condo, pretty much. There's stuff everywhere. So I encourage that. So you, I heard you singing some punk rock karaoke the other day, singing some a little bit of the intro to Nubs, and then Linoleum. You got a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
I gotta tell you, that must have been pretty fun to do that.
It was honestly a pandemic dream come true. I say that because they weren't doing this before the pandemic.
Yeah, I know. Well, they were, but we were doing it live
in real life. I've sang with punk rock karaoke multiple times, but I don't know. I was seeing all these. The difference is the videos were only really famous singers, you know. Yeah. And I was like, I really want to do that, but I don't. You know, I was like, kind of like, oh, I don't know. And then one day I was like, fuck it. The worst case scenario is gonna go. Yeah. And of course they're like, fuck yeah, and you're doing an NOFX song, and I'm like, okay. And they actually wanted me to do full She's Nubs, and I like the idea of it, but when I tried singing it in first person, it was just awkward. Yeah. The whole thing. So I said, how about I do Linoleum, and then we came together with the idea of the intro. Yeah. And it was Darren's idea, and he said it to me, Darren from Goldfinger. He's a good dude. Yeah, and I was like, ooh, I love that. And it turned out really cool. So it was an honor, and just the feedback has been so great. And just with my new band, we're trying to get some recordings done, and I kind of was like, people don't really know that I can sing. I didn't know you could sing until I was like, holy shit. I kind of want to show the world that I can sing, and get them hyped up for my new band. So, and I did have a band before called the Talli Band. And we opened up amazing name. We opened up for NOFX, and we did an acoustic show with Joey Cape and Tony Sly, which was just an honor and memorable experience I will never forget. But yeah, this new band's going to be killer. I'm really excited. We have about 6 songs so far. And the reason a lot of people don't know this is it's a pandemic band. I put it together during the pandemic, and my band is actually in Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm here in Toronto. So people are like, what? I'm like, it's a pandemic. We can do what we want, and it works. And we have such a great dynamic. We've written 6 really, I think, really good songs. And we've thought about doing just like demos via, you know, I record here, they record there, and we were going to do that. But the fact that they're fully vaccinated and I'm almost, we can get together soon. So I'm stoked, because I haven't met my band yet. I've never met them. That's gonna be cool. Yeah. And Rob, my drummer, is literally one of my best friends now. We've become so close during this. Like I'm closer to him than some of my best friends here now. And I don't mean closer, just in a different level. It's our friendship is just, we talk about everything and we vent and we talk shit and we laugh and he's the best, honestly. And we write songs together really well because we have similar outlook to the world. And he's, you know, he had a shitty run too. He got cancer as a teenager and he lost a lung. My drummer has one lung. So he just literally texted me just right now. Isn't that cool?
Burning.
I love it. I love when that shit happens. So, yeah, so the pandemic was hard on both of us in different ways. It was hard on everyone, but I mean, him with one lung, that's very scary.
Yeah, for sure.
Respiratory, you know, illness. And I have asthma and I touch everything with my face in this area.
Yeah.
So we kind of then.
Oh yeah, because you use your face for like because I remember watching you with your phone, right? You're using your chin.
Yeah, this area. So like I pick up my mouse. Oops, I just made you minimized. Like, you know, it's so close to my face. And then sometimes I'll even pick up shit with my teeth. So like I was at the store and I went to pay. Like I pull my Visa out of my purse with my teeth and it's like, now I'm wearing a mask. Now I got to figure out how to do everything again.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was really.
Imagine getting like like some shit's got to be tough. Like you do it because obviously you're you, but getting a little strap behind your ear can't be easy without having fingers.
Some days I get it on within seconds and some days I'm just like, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah.
Get around my ear. So I figured out a couple different ways to do it. And I have to, you know, it's like, I have to figure it out. And the thing is, at first I figured out how to do it in my apartment. And then I would wear my mask everywhere. And I was like, okay, this shit's not going anywhere. We're going to be in this for a long time. I have to figure out how to get it on and off. Yeah. You know, because these days I'll wear it in my building. Then I leave and I take it off. Then I'm outside and then I get to a store and I have to put it back on again. I don't want to wear it that whole time. No,
I don't feel comfortable wearing it all the time and breathing into it, and especially if it's hot and muggy and everything.
Now that we've been back, we've at least had one shot. Like I feel a little less scared. I'm still really, I'm really cautious still, and I'm like doing all the things I was doing. I just less scared, you know. So I'll see friends outside, and because I have asthma, and if I get a cold, I can't breathe. So this has been really scary for me, and people don't realize that there's so many levels of different people's anxieties about this thing, you know.
There is. And a lot of people who don't have it are like, whatever, I'm young, I can't get it, or I'm healthy. It's like, well, no, you can't, but you might fucking kill somebody else. Like, think beyond you for a minute. That's what this is about.
An old friend of mine said to me, I'm not getting the vaccine. I'm like, well, good. Have fun. And he was just like, if I get it anyways, I'll be fine. And I was like, you say that now. And I just found out a friend of mine in Edmonton who's healthy, able-bodied, you know, he got it and he is so sick still. Yeah. And he still lost his sense of smell and taste. And he was in bed for 3 weeks, solid. So like, you think you'll be okay because you feel invincible and you feel you have the privilege of everything being easy for you. But I don't know. Who knows?
It's not worth the gamble to me, if you ask.
And like you said, and what I said earlier to him, what about everybody else around you? What about the vulnerable people that you're seeing that you could give it to? Stop being a fucking selfish asshole.
Yep, I'm with you on that.
I said that to people.
Yeah, like, I think
a friend of mine was like, I just want everyone else to get it. I said, you know how selfish that is? Yeah. Of course I want everyone else to get it. But that's not how this world works. It's called everyone working together for common good.
It is. It could make society better if we all could actually fucking see eye to eye on something for once. This is something you think maybe we could. I don't know. It seems like something we could, like, you know.
Everyone in the world, you know.
It's created a lot of divides, of course, like you just politically in the States and and just with vaccines and different things.
It's funny because I'm recently single and I've been single a couple of years, but I mean recently single and dating because I was in a long-term, you know, I'm not dating now because of the pandemic, but I mean, I could be. Yeah. And last summer I kind of like, oh, let's check out these stupid dating apps because I was not single for so long. There weren't these dating apps, right? Yeah. And it's funny. I realized this pandemic and this virus has shown us part of people that we would have never seen. You know, so you're talking to a guy or a girl that you think is rad and maybe really cute, and then they say something like, well, it's all a hoax, or I don't wear a mask. I remember I met a guy on a patio, and I remember I saw some people saying, sorry, I forgot my mask at home. And I looked to him and said, weird, isn't it funny? Like, I could never forget my mask now. And he goes, I don't even wear a mask. And I was like, and we're done.
Yeah.
Goodbye. And he's like, what? And I'm like, I'm going home now. And he's like, yeah, but like, I thought we were going to hang out. I'm like, we already hung out and I'm done. And then he wrote me after, he's like, I thought you were hot. And I'm like, I'm still hot.
Yeah.
You know,
it's not
just
for
like,
you, fuckface.
like it's cool because it's showing us a side of somebody that we would have never known is in there.
Yeah.
And it's something that's really important, right?
Yeah, I said the other day, it's been a super spreader of stupid.
Yes.
Really. I wanted to ask you, so if you, like, you're super driven and inspired and just like, would you say stubborn? Like, you're like, I'm figuring this out. Have you always been like that? Like, and you said Chai called you thalidomide, but that you can't be, you're after.
I'm not.
Yeah.
So, the funny thing is, people ask me if I'm thalidomide all the time, and I'm like, I'm too young. Do your research. Also, who asked somebody, are you a thalidomide baby? Who asked that question?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Because that was like our parents. It was like a birth control pill or something. It had like defects or something like that.
No, it was not birth control. It was like a pain.
Was it?
It was a thing that women would take when they were pregnant, because you have to be pregnant already, because then there was birth defects.
Yeah.
And then people would be born missing arms and legs and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was in the 70s, and I was born 1980. Oh, I just aged myself.
79. I got one on you. So you're younger than me. But yeah, so you're like little baby Talli, were you when you were young, like you're just like, I gotta figure this out. Like I gotta do this. I gotta, like.
The way it happened was, like, as a young person, like baby Talli, people would help me get dressed, and I'd have somebody help me go to the washroom, and at school I would have a TA, they call EAs now, to help me go to the washroom every day. And it was just my normal reality.
Yeah.
And then I realized, like, my friends were having sleepover parties, and my friends were having just invited me over sleepovers, and I wanted to go to sleepaway camp, and just as a young girl, and then it's early teen, and it's like, I want to do those things. I don't want somebody, and even in high school, I don't want somebody to go take me to the washroom in high school.
Yeah.
And so I worked hard to figure it all out. And, even now I'm like so grateful. I can go out and be slutty if I want, and I don't need help.
Yeah.
I can, go to someone's house, do what I want, go home, or I don't need help to do the things that I don't like. Everybody needs help. Of course, we all do. Every single human on this planet needs help with certain things, but there were certain things that I wanted to be able to do. And I live in this apartment, just me and Miso. And I'm really proud of that. I worked really hard to be able to cook and clean and scoop the kitty litter box and shower, and even just everything. Like, even my shower process is changed throughout the years, because I'm like, this isn't working. The way I used to wash my hair, I need a new system. And yeah, there's like, even now, like, I lived on my own for 15 years. Then I lived with my ex for almost 10. And of course he started doing things, because it's a partnership, he would get things out of the freezer that I couldn't reach. And he would always chop the vegetables, because I hate fucking chopping. And now I'm back to being on my own, and I got to do it all on my own. And I kind of love it again. Like, it just made me feel like, I don't know, it just made me makes me feel good. And physically, I'm stronger because I'm doing everything. I'm always going, and I'm in less pain because I'm just working out all the time, because I want to feel strong, because I hula hooped. The pandemic has also got me in really good shape too, which a lot of people can't say, because it kind of did the opposite for most people, which makes sense. Don't feel bad if it did that to you. I'm saying to the audience, it's just, for me, I was feeling that, and I was like, I'm going on a tangent here, but it's a good one, I promise. like I was stuck in this apartment, and I went from having a family and a partner and friends to all of a sudden being alone. And I'm a super extrovert. And I was talking to this guy in California that I chat with, and he was always like, "Oh, going to work out. Oh, doing a second workout." And I've always had this really good, easy, like this gift to be able to find a positive situation in every situation. And I couldn't find one in this fucking pandemic. I couldn't at the beginning. And then this guy I was talking to was like, "Oh yeah, working out." And I was like, "That's it. I have all the time in the world to eat healthy and to work out. We're always too busy. We're always too busy to do the things we really want. And now I have all the time." Yeah. So I told myself, Talli, no matter how you're feeling, every day you're going to hula hoop, no matter what. And even those days where I don't want to get off the couch, I said, get your fucking ass off. And guess what? The hula hooping makes me feel better physically and mentally. If I'm feeling like anxiety or like really low, hula hooping helps. And I actually did get into better shape than I was before. Just the cardio and just doing it every day. And also having the time to cook really good meals and really good healthy vegetable filled meals.
Are you vegetarian or just eat lots of vegetables?
Pescatarian. So I eat vegetarian and seafood. Yeah.
Yeah.
No meat.
No meat. Yeah, get those veggies. So yeah, the exercise and eating healthy has been a big part of your positive mental health
for the pandemic. Yeah. And
I can relate.
And posting like hula videos to the internet and giving people inspiration. That like even a good friend of mine was like, "Talli, your videos inspired me to like, I can work out from home. I don't need the gym," because all the gyms are closed, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, you can figure it out. Like I even do this little ab workout that's on YouTube. It's a Cirque du Soleil ab workout, and because my core is everything for me.
Yeah.
And so I do this ab workout every day. Not today because I've had meetings upon meetings, but like we all can if we really want to, and in every aspect. If you really think about it, if you really truly want to achieve something, you can do it. You just got to work really fucking hard.
Figure it out.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's I said in my talks, like it's like everything that I do, like 99.9% of things I do in my life, I do differently now. But I'd rather them, or do them a new way or a different way. But I'd rather it be a different way or a new way than no way.
Yes. And
it's empowering to get your independence back and to do things that other people might think you wouldn't be able to do, or something you didn't think you could do, or just be able to do things for yourself and like have a kick-ass workout, make a tasty dinner, and then you feel rewarded. You can just kind of chill on the couch and think about what you're going to put up on your punk rock wall, how rad it's going to be. Your next, how you're going to gift yourself for that hard work, right?
Yeah. I actually have 2 new prints right here, Iggy Pop and Joe Strummer. Not prints, paintings, actual paintings.
Sick.
I always say prints because they're not framed or anything. It's just a piece of paper it's a original, not a print.
That's rad. Those are cool.
Yeah.
And
Blondie. Duh.
Nice. You're going all old school, hey?
Not all, but lately just I don't know. I was like, stop yelling at me, all the men. Like I listen to NOFX. I'm like, why are you yelling at me? Yeah. And like, I don't know. I was really drawn to female. I brought back Dancehall Crashers hard.
Yeah,
Dancehall Crashers was a big part of my pandemic soundtrack. And then Blondie is my big hula hooping soundtrack.
What's the singer of Dancehall Crashers? Is it Karina? What's her name again?
Karina.
And she's are you buddies? Because she tours with NOFX too.
She's been my inspiration since I was like early high school, and now we know each other and we're friends, and it's like so cool. And I think one of the coolest moments ever were when we were on tour for the Cookie Clown, and I say tour, it was literally 3 shows. Like he said world tour, but it was like San Fran, LA, New York, like and we were at a friend's house, and my friend Johnny was playing guitar, and I think it was the Beatles, and Karina and I started singing, and we were harmonizing, and it was just like, oh my God, oh my God. Like, I am singing, just the two of us, me and Karina, but not like just sitting on a carpet, and she's harmonizing to my voice, and I'm like, oh my God. And she's amazing. She's such a beautiful person all the way to her core too.
Yeah, that show where I met you was the first time I think I'd seen her on stage, potentially with NOFX, and she just brings another dynamic and a really cool vibe. She's she's dancing, having fun. Like, yeah, she's
perfect. Yeah,
it's become a big family. Hey, like it seems like that with all the. I've always respected that about them, just with their roadies. Like, everybody's all part of the family.
And I'm part of that NOFX family. You know, they said it. It's like. And when they come to town, we all go to dinner, and it's really, it's nice. I don't know if there's I'm sure a lot of bands have that, but I don't know. It's really special.
It is cool. I seen a friend today, was having a rough day and just kind of like life getting her down and just feeling overwhelmed. And I was just like, I was thinking about, you know, like, you're an inspirational person, and just kind of like, what are words you give to people who are just can't seem to like shake the fog or get out of it, or, you know, find their happy place or get out of a funk, you know, get moving in a positive note. What kind of advice would you give her? What inspires you? What will be your words?
I think there's a couple of things. Sorry, emails pop up and they're so distracting, and I have to really get that notification removed off my computer. For me, it's sometimes we're going to be in the dark place, or we're going to be in a shitty mood. And for me, there's a couple things. It's making yourself get up and do something active, because I swear it will help with your mental health. It really does. Even if you just shake it out. Sometimes I put music on and just shake it out. And shaking is actually hilarious. I learned it when I went to a circus camp, because I've done circus training, and just putting on a really fun song and just shaking is really fun. It warms up your muscles. So even just that, it will help. And also thinking about, I always do this. Think about, like, picture the light at the end of the tunnel. So for me, for example, say pre-pandemic, it's like, ooh, I'm going to LA in 2 weeks. Ooh. So if every day is shitty till then, it's okay, because I'm going to LA and I'm going to see my California friends. And sometimes it's as simple as, or as soon as, I'm seeing one of my best friends tomorrow. Oh my God, we're going to drink tea in the sun, and I can't wait. And it's something that makes you happy. And I think about that thing that's coming up, and it brings me happiness in this moment. And I literally picture that light at the tunnel. I picture a tunnel, and there's a light down there. And if it's not for 2 weeks or a whole month, and I'm going to California in a month, that light is very tiny. It's like a little twinkle, right? But every day the light gets brighter. And I know it's super cheesy, but it legit works. Yeah. And during the beginning of the pandemic, there was no light at the end of the tunnel. And I was like, there's nothing. I don't have anything. And then I started focusing on, like, okay, 65 days till spring. Okay. You know, like something like sunshine, 65 days until we get more daylight. And then that was my first countdown that really helped. And the light was there. But it was really like 65 days. Fuck. And I keep counting down, like on Instagram, like once in a blue moon, like 42 days till spring, you know, I can't wait. And then once spring came, and it's now spring, I was counting down to my first vaccine, you know, and that was like the brightest light that we've been waiting for forever, especially as Canadians, right?
Yeah.
We're literally just got our first vaccine. So that was a big one. And now it's my second vaccine. And then it's being able to go to Nashville and record with my band. And then it's tour with my band. And then it's go to California. You know, I have all these things that I want to do, and the future's bright. It is. And even though there's still some dark days, I can get out of them by focusing on those things.
That something's coming in the distance, and something positive to hang on to.
Yeah.
A hopeful attitude, right?
Yeah, totally.
But it sounds realistic too. And I agree. Like, we have down days. I was talking about those, like, you know, she's just like crying, and I'm like, you know what? We got tears for a reason. Like when they're coming out, they're holding some pain, they're holding some trauma, they're holding some shit.
It feels
Let
good.
them out.
Yeah, it feels
Fucking
good.
cry, you know, just bawl your eyes out, because you're probably gonna feel better after. It's gonna be a release. Don't beat yourself up. To everybody, anyone listening or watching, don't beat yourself up for being down.
Yeah, I've had a couple cries this pandemic, and they've helped.
Yeah,
Sometimes you just gotta have a cry.
it's like a cleanse.
And it's okay to feel like shit sometimes. And everything you're feeling is normal. Like, don't think you're weird or you're something wrong with you because you feel a certain way. You're feeling that way for a reason. And let those feelings in. But then, you know, you don't want to feel shitty all the time. So even if it's a simple me, I just take a bath. You know, like little things that make you feel good, or talk to a friend, or I don't know, eat candy or ice cream or something. Like it doesn't have to be a trip. Like, of course, I love trips, and I know you do too.
Yes.
I can't wait for travel.
I know.
It's gonna be weird though. It's gonna be weird being in a for me to be in a mask on a plane. It's like doing stuff. It's gonna be weird, but I'm ready. I'm going to the minute I can. I'm going to Nashville to record.
Have you been there? You've been to Nashville before?
No, I've never been.
It's a pretty cool. I was there for the first time a few years ago. It's a pretty cool little city.
They were going to come here because they've been fully vaccinated for so long that I can't even say it because it makes me sad. But because the borders have been closed, they haven't been able to. But now I'm just like, fuck it. Let's tell I'm vaccinated because they've been here. You know, I want to go to Nashville.
Oh, you got to go to Nashville. That's definitely a place people should see. It's just cool. So much music and history.
Yeah. And if you're watching, follow my band, Nubs And Her Studs, because I'm trying to get a nice little following for when we first post some tunes. So
I'll put that. Let's close this thing out. Where do they find you?
So on Instagram, it's literally all one word, nothing else, Nubs, N-U-B-S, And Her Studs, S-T-U-D-S. And cool. Facebook, same thing, facebook.com/Nubs And Her Studs.
Cool. And is there some music on there yet, or it's coming?
Not yet. But it's coming. Just like there's Rob playing drums, and there's Nat doing this, and then there's me doing my punk rock karaoke. So it's little things, but it's not our tunes yet. So it's happening. Please be patient and please get stoked because it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, but that's cool. You get to see it before it's even out. You get to see the creation.
And like, we're going to try and document us meeting for the first time. And like, I don't know. It's pretty cool.
And your punk rock karaoke's on there as well.
And and on my Instagram is Nubs416. All of my social media is Nubs416.
Nubs416.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else you want to add or plug, or I think we've already done that. Anything that was you wanted to say that I just want to make sure we've left her on the table.
I'm doing virtual speaking engagements, so if you want to have me speak and pay me a lot of money, get in touch.
Nubs needs to get to fucking Nashville. Throw her a couple talks. She'll inspire the hell out of you.
I also have a Patreon too, and I promise it's cooler than NOFX's Patreon. Just kidding. So yeah, and the lowest tier for me is $3.
Cool.
So
I don't even know what the hell Patreon is. Can you? It's just like a way people can donate to your cause.
It's basically like you love what I'm doing, and you want to donate to help me create the content that I'm creating. And so there's different tiers, so you can create different tiers. So mine is $3. You pretty much get all of my content for $3 a month, which is almost nothing. Then there's $9. You get a little bit more perks. There's on there, and then there's $25, and $25 is a really cool one. If you can afford it, you get a 30-minute video chat with me once a month.
That's sick.
And yeah, I have about 4 people on there.
There's a lot of threes. There's a lot of threes in there.
3, 9, 25.
3, 9 and 3, 9, and I know I was like, it's all divisive. The 25's not, but then did you say it's a 30-minute chill too?
Weird. I don't even love the number 3. I love the number 9. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I'm an even number kind of gal, but I don't know why I did 3. Because a lot of people start at $1, and then I was like, $3 is still. I would pay $3 to support someone I love content.
$3, like, you can't even buy a fucking coffee for $3.
That's what I mean, and it's like if all of my fans donated $3, oh my gosh, I would be.
And all of my fans,
huh?
Wink, wink, and all my fans too. Hook Nubs up on her, hook Talli up on her Patreon with $3 contribution, or $9
or $25, or you can give as much as you want. You could give me $50. And it's not giving me; it's helping me create my content. You know, like buying equipment and eventually hiring people to help me create real content. Right now, I'm just kind of using my MacBook and my iPhone. But I bought a ring light, so that's why, you know, it's funny. I feel like I should have done.
I didn't have mine on the whole time. I just forgot.
I look better up close like this.
You look great. Yeah, you look good all around. You look good. But yeah, it looks probably more HD, I would say, the closer you get. I kind of have the same thing with my HD camera.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it does.
It looks more like the closer you get. Yeah.
I got a ring light because the lighting in here is garbage, and it has changed. If you see the quality of that punk rock karaoke video, I did all that in my apartment.
I watched it. It's rad.
Like how it looks and stuff. I was really happy with how it turned out. So.
And that's the cool thing about that too. Like it's rad doing it live. Of course, I did it live on the last Flogging Molly cruise, and I did one every night, and it was like.
I'm gonna do that cruise this year.
It just got announced. Go. We'll meet you. I'll go too. It'll be rad. But it's so cool doing that. But the fact that the way you did it, you have sick production value, and you have this video for life, which is so cool. I think I just thought of something. How about we, for an ending, because you do TED Talks, you do motivational talks. So if somebody was to book you for a motivational talk, what are, like, say, do you have a key message, or your sort of 3 key messages or key points, or what's Nubs bringing to the table with their inspiration?
That's a good question. Definitely, I talk about challenges in my life and how I've overcome them. And the moral of that is, and you'll hear through the stories, if you truly, truly want to achieve something, you will do it, or you will figure it out. Or if you truly have to do something. For me, one of my examples is how I go to the washroom in a public place and the fucking toilet's up to my chest. Yeah. And I have to figure it out in this moment because that girl's got to pee, right? Yeah. So, and just to a regular able-bodied person, it's just, if you really want to achieve something, you can do it. You can figure it out. It may take some time and some effort, but you can. Also, I really like, through my talks, people really end up, there's not a lot of people who truly love what they look at when they see it in the mirror. Okay, there's not a lot of people, and that was something that I've had to work on. And, you know, looking at myself in the mirror naked, do I love what I see most of the time? Heck yeah. Do I love what I see every day? No, because our body's changing all the time. But just being comfortable in your body and embracing what makes you different, instead of just being neutral about it, just show the world, this is who I am, and, you know, let your differences sparkle, instead of just kind of like trying to hide in the shadows, because that's what I used to do. And now I just, like, you know, fuchsia hair, and I have my hot pink scooter, and I just kind of show the world that I love who I am. So that's the kind of a message that I try and get across, but I know it's not that easy for a lot of people. Just don't judge a book by its cover. Don't see me and feel bad for me. I talk about some of the really cool things I've achieved in my life, and how I've had a great life, because it's all about perspective. People see me and they feel bad for me. They see the things I don't have. My arms, my legs are short. I may not be able to do this. I may not be able to do that. I don't look at that. I look at all the amazing things I have in my life. And that's how I stay positive. I don't look at people go, I don't have a boyfriend. I don't own a house. I don't have my dream job. I don't have this. Oh, she doesn't have any arms. Oh, this and that. Guess what? I have an amazing family. I have an amazing job. I have the best friends ever. I have a sense of humor. I have this. I can sing. I did it. You know, think about it.
You have a fucking NOFX song about you.
Yeah. So I have a fan base that loves me. And so we all have that list of things. They're different things. And yeah.
So it sounds like it's like basically you've got a choice each day, and you write your list of things. You can write your shit list, or you can write your awesome list that you're appreciative for. Write your good list.
Yes. What I figured out during this pandemic is changing the narrative, writing your own narrative. Like you wake up, you feel like shit. You're like, I'm not going to have a shitty day. I'm going to have a good day. And you make that day happen. And during the pandemic, it wasn't easy. And I was like, what's going to make me happy today? Yeah. And I'm going to do this and this and this. And I had a great day. And I started the changing of the narrative since the new year. And the second and third lockdown were not that hard for me because I was really took control of my mind and was just like, no, I'm going to write songs today. I feel like shit because of this breakup. I'm going to put it into a song. And then I write an epic song about it. And I'm like, yeah, you know, and changing the narrative is a big one. And I think everyone could do that. And not all the time, but sometimes you just got to change the narrative.
I agree. And I think you and all of your wisdom and inspirational words and just your attitude and your spirit, you know, will help change the narrative for people just listening to this and watching this. So I thank you for your time. I thank you for being you. And I'm fucking happy you're doing so well. And yeah, stoked to hear the music. Good luck with the band and everything.
Let's go together and let's speak. I think that we could do something cool together.
We definitely can. Let's do it.
We have complete different stories, so it wouldn't be the same story. I don't know. I just think I've thought about this before, especially when I first heard about you but didn't know you.
Yeah. Even get Russ on board. We could have like some like punk rock inspirational tour or something. Who knows? Yeah, I'm down. Let's put our heads together. He does. Yeah. He's not doing a ton. I think he's just kind of getting started, but he's been doing stuff with a lot of like the guys, a lot of the dirt biker guys and his buddies are in recovery and that. So he's been doing recovery speeches and just doing from just a really, you know, mind over matter, positive perspective. Yeah. Okay. I'm down. But me and you, we'll fucking make it happen. And I know you've been on the computer all day, so I'm gonna let you go. Go have an awesome day. I'll put all your details up here and we shall be in touch.
Sounds good.
Okay. Thanks, Talli.
Bye.
See you.
It's kind of hard to wear high heels or slip on banana peels. How does she get in and out of tubs? I hope she don't get mad. I hope she thinks this song is good, not bad. 'Cause we think that she's totally rad, she's nuts. No fingers, no toes, she doesn't own elbows. No front cheese, no knobby knees, do not. She don't need knuckles or hands to go see punk rock bands. She's always in the stand, she's nubs. She can't pick up a phone, she can't get dressed alone. She's got no funny bone, she's nubs. No shoes for feet, but we sure do think she's neat. She's nubs, she's nubs, she's nubs. I asked her if she wanted a drink. I asked her if she liked Toronto. I asked her to go out to the bar, but all she said was no thanks, no. It was time for us to leave, so I grabbed and shook her sleeve, told her I'd see her at the next club. She got into a pack, some guy put her on his back. She said goodbye and kinda waved her stub. She's got beautiful eyes and breast regular size, but without counterthought she's nubs. It's hard to get good head or get tagged to a bed when all you've got is a body and head. She's nubs. She's nubs. She's nubs. She's nubs. She's nubs. Oh, she may not walk the walk and she may not like to talk, but boy, she sure knows how to rock. She's nuts.